It's currently 11:57 p.m. on February 28th, 2021. I said in part 1 that we have to wait till midnight, so midnight's 3 minutes away. But what's worth pointing out now is that March 0, 2020 video, it was uploaded, it says now a year ago, but we haven't hit March 1st yet. So what does that mean? It means that we might have already passed the March 0th date, but I think it's still worth waiting for those extra 3 minutes to see what happens. This is a pretty big milestone though, if you ask me. You guys probably remember last March of 2020, that's when the world completely flipped upside down. That's when COVID-19 started getting completely out of control. The last ever comp in the United States up until this point was held on March 15th, I believe. Ever since then, we've had no comps, so in the middle of March, by the time we reach like March 15, 2021, it'll be 1 year without any comps in the United States. It'll also be 1 year since COVID-19 was declared a pandemic, 1 year of lockdown. It's kind of crazy to think about that we've done this for a year, and in many ways it feels like it's been longer than a year, considering the fact that I can hardly even remember what things were like before the lockdown began. It's been so long, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like that long. So, 2 more minutes, right? 11:58. I guess it's a little more than just 1 minute at this point. Yeah, it's interesting though, because it says 1 year ago, right? March 0, 2020, that's when I uploaded that video, even though the video may say February 29th, 2020. Just keep in mind, that's the calendar makers trying to trick you. They're trying to make you believe it's February 29th, but a month can't have 29 days. 29's prime, even though 31's also prime. 31's just different, don't question it. But yeah, March 0, 2021. So that means we currently are in March 0, 2021, I think. I think it's the secret date that you won't find on the calendar, because sometime between that last video that I uploaded an hour ago and now, we passed March 0th, I guess, because it says a year ago now, but when I uploaded that video, when I was recording it, it said 11 months ago, and I uploaded that video only like an hour ago, but hey, we're getting to March now, March 2021, 15 seconds, 14, 13, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, March 1st, 2021. Yup. So, let's see what happens if you refresh my YouTube channel now. Okay, so you still have that video, but you also have the March 0th. It still says a year ago, right? But what happens if I click this video now, part 1, let's see what happens. Okay, there we go. What's the upload date for this? See, upload date February 28th, but when this video is uploaded to YouTube, it's going to show March 1st, 2021 right here. But we must have crossed March 0 somewhere, because I uploaded that other video on March 0, 2020, right? When I uploaded the first video, it said 11 months ago, but now it says 1 year ago, which means that we crossed the 1 year anniversary sometime between recording of part 1 and this video, which is part 2, which means that even though the calendar makers are trying to trick you by removing March 0th altogether, they start out by calling it February 29th, but a month can't have 29 days, but now it says 1 year ago for the March 0, 2020 video, so we must have crossed the March 0 date sometime between then in that last video and now. And since it's March 1st, 2021, it would make sense, since March 1st is supposed to come after March 0th. Since it's March 1st now and February 28th comes before March 1st and March 0th comes before March 1st, then we must have crossed March 0th, I guess, recently, but calendar makers are trying to trick you. That's why they called March 0th February 29th, and that's why they altogether removed that day this year, trying to trick you. Don't fall for it though. For real though, I think that's enough for this dumb joke. I started it last year on February 29th, since it was Leap Day back then, but since I made that video, the world has completely changed, and it's pretty interesting to see us coming right back to March, the month where everything completely changed. every single WCA comp got canceled for a while. They're still canceled at this point in the United States. Probably going to be canceled for several more months. Even Worlds 2021, it's not guaranteed that that's going to happen yet. I personally think it still will happen since it's at the very end of this year, in the last few days of 2021, but who knows, honestly. Right now, the earliest comp that's currently announced in the United States is in the middle of June 2021, Western Championships, but in all likelihood, I feel like that's going to get canceled as well. I feel like the earliest that comps are going to come back in the United States is late 2021, if not early 2022, so it's still several months away, which seems kind of sad to think about how we've already had no comps for a year and they're still not going to be back for several more months. Besides that, we've also had our lives completely changed in the past year, and COVID-19 has caused serious damage. It's been a tough year, and I just thought that's why I thought to make this video, since we're right back to March, the month where everything first started completely changing.